flower.
Right, so today we are going to look at pollination because you guys all told me at the end of our topic on plants you'd really like to know more about pollination, didn't you? So let's look at these tricky words. I'm going to stand over here. Now we've just talked about the blue ones being the male words. What does male mean? Can you remember, David?
Boy.
Boy. Please don't call out.
Boy thing.
Shh, boy stuff. Yeah, male words. And that's because they're the male parts of the plant, the flower. And we've got some purpley pinky words. I'm just going to wait for Daniel. Who's your talk partner, Daniel? Move next to him. And who's your talk partner, please? Right, can you sit together? And I do not want you sitting next to Anastasia, please. Right, you move here. That's it, Oliver. You move next to Anastasia.
It is video.
Okay, can we read this one? This is a female word.
Stagger.
Oh, good try. I'm going to ask someone to put their hand up. Put their hand up. Okay, let's sound it out. Adara.
Stigma.
Stigma. Stigma. Well done. We're going to try to remember these words today. We're going to try to understand pollination. What does this one say? It's another female word. But don't shout out. What does it say, please, Nella?
Ovary.
Ovary. That's something that female animals and plants have. It's where the something goes. The
Baby.
Put your hands up, please. Hands up, please.
Stem.
Not stem. Good try. It's at the top of the stem, at the bottom of the flower. But what grows inside it?
Eggs.
Yes, eggs in animals and seeds in plants. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at all of the parts of a flower. Now, to start our lesson, we're going to remember what it is we did last time, aren't we? We're going to remember that we looked at how bees and flowers interact to pollinate. Can you say pollinate?
Pollinate.
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 I'm going to need some help for this. I'm going to choose five insects. I'm going to choose 5 insects, and I also need 5 flowers. So if you're an insect, you have to listen to your instructions really carefully. If you're not chosen now, you can be grass, okay? You can just be watching in the middle. So can I have 1 flower over here? You're going to need some of this.
Why?
It's pollen. Can you stand over there and hold that? And we've also got, for a flower, we've got some really bright colours. Why do we need bright colours if we're a flower? Why?
Petals.
Shh, don't shout out. Why do we need bright colours? Anyone tell me? Michelle?
Petals.
Yes, and why are they bright? What's the reason they're bright?
Because to make the bees come to their flower.
Well done, to make the bees come. Is there anything else flowers do that attract the bees? Or the other insects? Something else? Smell lovely. I'm just looking for someone sitting really nicely on their bottom to be a flower. Oliver, please be a flower. You're a yellow flower. And you also need some pollen. You don't have to hold it all together because some insects are going to come and visit you. Salvador, please can you be a flower? Can you stand over by Mr. Mayo and there's your pollen? Whoops. Take your pollen, please. You can't be a flower without pollen. Daniel.
And then can we swap?
Daniel, come here. And I'm going to see who's going to be a bee. Can I have you over here, please, Anastasia, with your pollen? Now, I think you remember when the bees come to the flower, they're going to do something in the flower. What are they going to do? Whoops.
Suck it.
Hold on a minute. Put your hands down unless you're going to answer my question.
You're already a flower.
When the bees come, what are they doing?
Sucking.
Oh dear, hands up, please. What are they doing when they come? Oliver?
Like whenever they come, they get on the flower and
Yeah, and what are they drinking? Can you remember the name? What's inside the flower? No, they're not drinking the pollen. You have something sweet and juicy inside that's like a liquid they like to drink.
it's like nectar.
Don't shout out. Thank you.
Nectar.
Nectar, and the bees use the nectar to make their honey. Okay, so now I need some bees. Bee, if you're not chosen now, don't worry, there's something else later. Bee. Bee. You don't need to buzz anywhere yet. Bee. And I need 1 more bee. Oh gosh, magic choosing finger. Oh, Nella. Right, if you're a piece of grass, please don't worry. If you're blowing on your straw, I'm very sad because the bees don't use the straws to blow. What do they use them for?
Drinking.
Drinking. If you're some grass, can you just move into the middle? Because we want our bees to be able to move around you nicely all of the time. So, can I have Mr. Bees? And they're all Mr. Bees, I think, because the only girl bees live inside the hive making more in bee larvae. So, the Mr. Bees, you're going to fly around in a minute. You're going to suck something from the flowers.
And me.
And flowers, with your hands, you need to give them some of this. With their hands, you need to give them some of this. What is it you're going to give them?
Pollen.
Pollen. Okay, so bees, you need to collect some nectar and some pollen. When I say stop, we're going to sit down, okay? But let's see us having a go at moving that pollen around between the different flowers. Are you ready, bees?
Yeah.
Are you ready, flowers?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be totally still. You've got to do something. What have you got to do with your pollen?
Rip it off.
What have you got to do with your pollen, Anastasia?
We have to. We have to, like take it off like this.
And give it to who?
To the bee.
And bees, when you go to the other flowers, you have to give a bit of pollen to that flower because you can't just collect all of the pollen, then it wouldn't work. You have to share it among all of the different flowers, okay? So we all have a big active role to do. Grass, you're going to watch for a minute. Can you wave in the wind? And you have a job to do later. Can you sit up, lazy grass? Come on, off we go. Bees, can you collect some pollen for me? Off we go. Have a drink at the flowers. And flowers, you need to give some pollen, don't you, to those bees? Quick, let's see if you can visit every flower, bees. Very good, grass. Well done.
I don't have much pollen.
Well, another bee will need to give you some more. That's lovely. Well done. Okay. Right. We need to stop now. So, bees, can I have your straws back? Flowers, can I have your pollen and your petals? So,
I got this one.
well done.
I got this
Did you all change over your pollen and yours
Yes.
with somebody else, with another insect?
Can
Can you sit down? 10, 9, 8. Well done, bees. 7 on your bottoms. 6.
Who wants to eat flower?
5. Daniel. 4. Well done. Salvador. 3.
Miss Payne done
2. Shh. Can I have it? 1. Okay, so looking this way with your talk partner, please. Well done. Oh, I can't say well done to anyone at the moment except Salvador, who's looking this way. Well done. Adara. Oh dear. Thank you. So, what are flowers for? Can you remember? Adara, just sit on your bottom, please. Alvin, you need to sit with Adara quickly. Sit next to Adara. Stand up. All right. So, can we remember all of this buzzing around and swapping the pollen over? What is its special job? What is the job of the flower? Who can put their hand up and tell me? What's the job of the flower? I'm just waiting for everyone to be on their bottoms looking this way. What is the job of the flower? It's got a very special job in the plant. We talked about leaves a lot. We've talked about stems and roots. But our plants so far, have they got flowers yet?
No.
Do you think they're going to get flowers one day?
Yeah.
What's other flowers' jobs? Can you remember? If you think you know, can you tell your talk partner before you tell me? Sorry, I should have said that first. What is the job of the flower? What's its special role? 30 seconds, go. What's the job of the flower?
It's like and then it's to make people
Tell him, can't you? Okay. If I use my choosing sticks, I wonder if anyone can tell me the special jobs of the flowers. They have a few different jobs. We've already talked about one of them, but when they do their special jobs inside, there's another one that they can do. So the jobs we've talked about are making the bees come and move from flower to flower. What is the next special job? I've got Philip here, he's not here. Okay, what are the other jobs that the flowers do, Marco? What happens when the pollen gets muddled around the different flowers?
Because they make
I'm sorry, I have to stop you there. I'm really unhappy with that, Oliver. Turn around. Thank you. Yep.
they make people healthy.
Well, they do. They do in some ways, because what do they make for us when they inside the flower, when the pollen is mixed together with the female parts of the flower? What happens? What grows?
They make honey for us.
That's what the bees do, but the plants don't do that. Let's see if someone else can tell me what the plant's job is. Well done. You talked about bees' special job. Adara. I've got Danielle. Do you know what happens in the plant when the pollen goes in? If you don't know, that's okay. We're going to watch a little video, see if we can help us. Okay? Does anybody think they know? David?
It makes pollen, and the bees go in to collect the pollen.
They spread the pollen around when they're collecting the nectar. We've talked about that lots and lots. What happens though inside the flower? When pollination, what's it for? What does it do for the plant? Every living thing needs to make new living things. So what do you think pollination helps the plants to do? Michelle?
The pollen, it makes it make the seeds.
Yeah, good girl. It makes the seeds grow, and in some cases it turns into something called
Flower.
flowers are there already. The flower will turn into fruit. Let's have a look, okay? This is not a bean tree. This red flower is a bean flower. So we will see before we get any beans. Just waiting for Anastas. Have a look at the board. We will see the bean flowers. Anastas, don't fuss. The red flowers will turn into beans after they've been fertilised.